less she budgeted, and today I'm going to be doing my November reconciliation as well as making some changes to my December budget already. I know. This is a budgeting channel. I do debt repayments and obviously my monthly budget, paycheck budgets, cash stuffings, all of that fun stuff. And so today, yeah, I'm just gonna be doing my November reconciliation. I did want to touch on it really quick. This is just kind of the process of having a budget, I guess. It changes all the time. It's very fluid throughout the month, and you just have to kind of know to go with the flow kind of thing. And so I don't really feel bad about changing all of this. Same thing with going into December's. I'm not gonna feel bad about changing it. There are just some things that I need to add in and some things that I need to move around in order to make it work in my head, because when I do get to it, today is the 1st of December, so I've got a lot of videos to put out very soon and very shortly in a short amount of time. But when I get to it doing my paycheck number 1 budget for December, you will see, my week 4 check-in for November, you will see the math just didn't add up, and I don't know if it's that I was writing it down on the paper wrong or what it is, but you'll see that in that video. But for now, let's just go through the November reconciliation and into the December update, just because of like things that are going on in my life. And I'm just gonna say this now, when it rains, it pours. This is just how my November, December has been going for me. So, okay, first of all, in November here, I just have a piece of paper over here with like my November and December changes on it, just a piece of scrap paper from work. So first of all, nothing has changed in my paycheck budget, but as you can see here, my received and my planned are different. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change my planned to the 98 cents. I don't know why that changed. It was fine before. I was getting 84 cents in the 96 and it was no issue, but for some reason it just changed. So I mean, it adds up to the same amount, so I don't really know, whatever. But yeah, so I got an extra 2 cents, and you'll see that up here, left to budget. I have 2 cents left. And I also, in my checking account rollover, got a, I'm gonna add it over here in my transactions. It was 0.01 cent, and I got that on November 16th, that processed in my account, and it was my checking interest. This is just a low interest yielding checking account that I have, so it only makes like 1% or something for every dollar that I have in the account, and I usually keep it less than $1,000 just because that's how, like, once my bills come out, by the time the interest charge, it's like $300 in the account. So I always get a penny at some point in the month. So it's very rare that I'll get more than that, but so I'm gonna go ahead and change this planned amount here to 6 because that's the plus 1.01. Chase compensation I'm gonna keep, but I'm going to add a paycheck here, and I'm going to add sinking funds, and I'm going to add my cushion. And these two here are just to reflect how much money I've pulled from my cushion or pulled from my sinking funds, and then me redistributing them out to where they need to go. So for November, I paid my Disney Plus membership, and that was $75.06, and I think I have it up here. Yes. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and put this into my cushion because I had $82.49 that I pulled from my cushion. So I'm gonna go ahead and put $82.49. You'll also see up here that I have Christmas and Disney Plus. So remember in the beginning I was talking about how my math was being weird. And I don't know if it's because I put the math in wrong or what, but I'm actually gonna check it now. In my Christmas envelope, I pulled out $104, but I know that I did some like weird wonky something when I actually did these transactions. So I wanted to double check. I do have 14 cents in here, so that's what I wanted in here. But I think I swapped out $1 or something like that. I don't know what I did, but I ended up having $4 extra that I was going to put towards my Disney, and I don't want to do that anymore. So I want to put this $4 that I had pulled out from my my Christmas envelope to put towards, because I made a $103 purchase from Etsy. So I only ended up depositing $100, and then I was like, well, I made a deposit of $80 for Disney Plus into my checking account, and this was where my logic was. So I made a deposit of $80 into my checking account from my Disney Plus envelope. Then I was going to make a $104 deposit into my checking account because I bought $103 worth of goods from Etsy. But then I realized that of my Disney money, only $75.06 went to actually Disney. So I had $4.94 left over in my checking account already. So if I deposited $100, then I had the $4.94, and that would offset the $103.86 that I spent at Etsy. Does that make sense? So then I'd have like, I don't remember what the math is, but then I'd have like 70 something cents or 80 something cents. Anyways, it would offset that. And so that was my logic. And then I was like, I'll just keep the $4 out and I'll throw it into Disney, because take the cash out of Disney, and I don't know. It was a stupid thing. So I take it back. I'm not putting it back in Disney. This is actually going to go into my Christmas envelope. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in here, and I will mark it later on my note card in here, just how much is in here. So I'm gonna put it back, and I will later on mark how much is in here, and you'll see it all come through over here. But yeah, so I should have, this says, I should have 94.14, because right now it says 90.14. So I should have 94.14. So that should be all better, nice and correct now. But anyways, so up here, in order for it to add together the right way, this needed to be 99.86, even though I took 100 out. I hope that makes sense. So that's going to go into my sinking funds as well. So that's a transaction. So you can drag and drop these kind of things, but I'm gonna scroll down here to Christmas really quick and just show you. So I spent 99.86 out of this, and that leaves me with 94.14. So I don't know how my math got messed up, but I had 194 and I took out 100, so I should have 94 even, but I somehow have 14 cents. I don't know if I pulled it from my coin jar or what I did, but nonetheless, I have 14 cents in there, and we're just gonna leave it in there because it works out for my future purchases for Christmas, that I have that extra change in there, because I think I'll only have like 3 cents left once everything is purchased. So, by the way, I have everything except for some gift cards done, so that's awesome for me. But let me go ahead and reconcile this. So now I have 179.86 in my sinking funds that I received / moved out of my sinking funds and put into my checking account. And then I have the 82.49 from my cushion that I moved out of my cushion and put towards my Lowe's purchase for my shovel for outside, because of course today's December 1st and it snowed last night, so I didn't get to use it though because it didn't really need to, but oh well. So now I'm all reconciled here. I have an additional $262.38. 3 of those cents are from a discrepancy with my pay and my interest rate that I've earned on the account, and then the rest of it is actually going to be redistributed out to the places that needs to go. Moving down, savings is all staying the same. Sinking funds are all staying the same because I actually put in what I put in, and I've already reconciled like the purchases and stuff that I've taken out of here. So obviously you see the minus 99.86 there, and for Disney the minus 80. Can I help you? All right, so moving down further, Household is going to be the same. There's no changes here. Everything came out as planned. Food, however, did not. So I don't know what I did when I did my weekly stuffing. I think it's because I spent money out of my groceries and eating out budgets before I actually did my stuffing. So I was over by like 67 cents or something in my groceries account, and then I was under by 50 cents in my eating out account. So either way, all I have to do is just put in like what I actually spent and hope that that's correct. Now all these purchases are good and they're what I've made out of these envelopes. And then same with this one, 44.50. And so this is going to show, I'm looking at my remaining now. It's going to show 0. And at the end of this, I want there to be a total of 574 over what I had. I actually want there to be more than that. I want there to be 2574, I think, moving into next month is what I'm going to roll over. We'll see it. Hopefully it comes through and it's everything that I want it to be. But anyways, moving down, transportation, I only spent $20, so I'm going to reconcile this with that, $20. Or, no, I'm sorry, I only spent $15, so I'm going to reconcile that with that. And you can see that here if I click over to spent. I spent 15, so I'm going to match it up to that. I'm going to scroll down. Personal is good. I have $8 left in that, and I'm going to roll that over. This is a sinking fund. Not really a sinking fund, it's just an envelope, one of my cash envelopes, but I had to mark it as a sinking fund in here so that it would roll over each month what was left in the envelope, and that way I don't have to do it manually. Lifestyle, all of that's good. It all matched up exactly how it was supposed to. Now we're into debt, and debt is what's changing the most. So as you can see here, $848.23 is what I have left over, and that is correct. However, the amounts that I ended up paying into the card, and yes, I am not going to stop using my credit cards. I think that they're a good tool if they're used correctly. So even though I am paying this one down, when I make purchases on it, for the most part, I'm trying to pay them back immediately. This Walmart gift over here on the 27th that I bought will be paid back with my Christmas sinking fund after I cash stuff tomorrow. So just because today is the end of the day, it's like 8 o'clock here and all the banks are closed, so didn't have time to get to the banks after work. But this number here needs to change. So this here is the 79.27 plus the 769.55 added together. So I need to add in these other 3 transactions that I made. I'm just gonna go ahead and add those one at a time. So plus 82.49 plus 103, is it 86? Yep, 86 plus this last one, 82.49. Oh, did I already do that one? Hold on, I did already do that one. 75.06. There, so that is perfect. So 26.71 is what I'm rolling over as a total into December. So that is done. November is all reconciled. Now I'm going to move over, and it's okay that this is left. That's how I know exactly what I'm moving over. So now I'm going to move over to December, and this is as you've seen it already. But you can see these numbers here are already a little different. So this one here, my cash envelope rollover, and I actually did add in these ones already. I was gonna take those out, but oh well. So my cash envelope rollover, I had $5.50 from my eating out and 24 cents from my groceries. Normally I don't roll over change, but because I'm trying to pay for this car and I don't really want to be pulling as much as I have to out of my emergency fund, I'm just gonna throw everything that I can at it. So $5.74 is what that adds up to in my cash envelopes. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. And then checking account, $22.59. So if I go back to November one more time, $26.71 minus $5.74, it leaves me with $20.97. So technically this here is supposed to be the 94 cents and the 17.64. And the 17.64 is, you saw that I had that Chase check that I ended up depositing into my cushion to make up for the $82, and I ended up actually having more. I had $17.64 over what my cushion is, which is $150. So minus $17.64 from the $20.97 that I rolled over, minus the 0.94 cents from the Disney envelope, and minus the 0.03. I don't really know what I did here, but this number is not right anymore. So I think that originally that was the 17.64 plus the 4.94, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that number, this 22.59 is 17.64. Sorry. That number there is 17.64 plus 4.94, which is what I was originally planning on having from Disney. So that is no longer. It's just 94 cents. So that number is different, and there's also a penny in there for my interest. So what I'm actually going to be rolling over is this number over here. I'm going to go ahead and add a transaction for a penny. I'm going to checking. I'll do November checking interest. And I got that on the 16th. All right, and then I will also add, I'm gonna do December because I haven't gotten it yet, but I won't actually, I'm lying. I'm not gonna do a transaction for it, but I will include it in this rollover here, so this checking account rollover. So, and then I'll add the paycheck number 2, November paycheck number 2 extra, because I had the 2 cents, so it'll be 0.02, and I got that paid on the 13th of November, because that's what day I got paid. Okie doke. So now these are all my transactions. I had $20 from travel that I rolled over, $17.64 from the Chase compensation check, 94 cents from Disney Plus, and then a penny from my November checking interest, which I'm gonna change that just to shorten it. All right, and then my November paycheck number 2. So $38.61 is what this should be done. And then my boyfriend, we bought stuff on Amazon, like all in one order, because I have the Prime account, he doesn't. So he just Venmo'd me $120. His purchase was actually $119.45. So he just rounded it up and sent me the even 120. And so now I can throw that extra 30, 60, 55 cents at my debt. So whatever, I'll take it. So 120 from him for that. I added this coin jar one in here because I want to have an even number when I go to pay my deductible for my car in cash. So if I come out with like some odd cents for some reason, I have my coin jar and I can always just pull out the change and make it a round up dollar. So that's the goal there. And then sinking funds, I'm gonna leave 0 for now, and then whatever I pull out from from Christmas, or if I get a tree from holidays, all of that money will go into the sinking fund income, and it'll reflect down here. So there's that. Christmas is getting 70. So now I'm down to the next section here. Oh, first of all, I need to change this. I'm gonna make this 0 because I'm gonna try to bankroll as much as possible. And then you'll see what I'm talking about when I talked about when it rains, because it rained hard for me in November and December. So, but sinking funds, I'm going to change my Christmas to $70 because that's all I need. I don't need more than $164.11, I think, is what it's totaling out to be. Hopefully there's no taxes on the gift cards that I want to buy, but we'll see. But this should cover everything that I need to cover. Car tags are staying the same, and then this one is going to get 0. And then moving down, my mortgage, I'm not going to be paying a full amount of mortgage. I'll just be putting $1,000 even towards that, so that'll give me some extra money up there. I'm not changing any of these. Transportation is staying the same. Personal, I'm going to be changing my work gift card because I don't believe we're going to end up doing this. I'm just gonna delete the whole category, I guess. So I'm gonna change it to my car deductible. I guess I'm just putting all of my like other, you know how when I do my paycheck budgets, I think I just recently changed it, but I have an other section for like other things that aren't debt, aren't savings, aren't my cash envelopes, aren't my bills. It's just like an other section. And so I'm probably just gonna throw that stuff under my personal category in this program here. So my car deductible is going to be $500. So I need to come up with $500 there. And then my cat, my poor kitty, she's been throwing up. So, and I think it's because she is having a tooth issue or something, so she hasn't been eating. And I've been watching her really closely. I got her some dry food or wet food, so hopefully she's able to eat better when I feed her. But yeah, so I called the vet and I've got to get her in for an appointment. So I'm going to leave this 0 for now because that's going to be what all of this extra money goes towards at the end. So all of this will stay the same. And debt, Amazon, instead of getting that, its minimum payment is $35, but since my boyfriend paid me the $120, I already have paid this bill, and then I will be throwing my sinking fund money down to the Amazon credit card too for my Amazon purchases that I made and that Walmart purchase as well. And I'll actually probably be putting money towards Citibank because Citibank is a 2% cash back on all of my purchases, so I'll probably be buying the gift cards with my Citibank card to get the rewards money. So it kind of works out that way. Hopefully it stays that way. So now I have $230.03, and this is where my coin jar is going to come in. So for the vet, I'm going to put $231, and then when I do my cash stuffing, I will pull from my coin jar 97 cents, I think. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just gonna leave the rollover as the 3 cents that I have. So you'll see over budget 3 cents, and I can just roll it over into next month and then I can use it there. Or I can throw it at Amazon and, you know, make a debt payment of 3 cents. I know that's stupid probably, but every little bit counts, right? So hopefully $230 is enough. I'm hoping that my cat, like, she's been eating just fine now, so I'm hoping that she doesn't need any like major surgery or anything. I know that vet bills can be really expensive and she doesn't have insurance, so hopefully she doesn't require all that much, and it's something that we can figure out tomorrow. Otherwise it might be more expensive than this $230, and then that's probably what I'll be pulling from my emergency fund. So as you can see, I can fund the car deductible and I can fund the vet visit out of my regular stuff, and that's just because right now I'm taking a break on paying my car payment because my car is already a month ahead, so I don't need to pay anything on that one until January. And then same thing with my Amazon card. I'm making purchases throughout the month, so my payback throughout the month is going to cover my minimum payment for that. So that's a good thing. I don't have to pull out of my emergency fund. The only problem is I don't have all of this money up front, and you'll see that in my paycheck number 1 budget. Paycheck number 1 budget is going to show that I only have like $300 or $400 and some change for throwing at these unexpected things. That means that the rest of it is going to have to come on the 15th when I get paid again. And so at the time that I make those purchases or those payments, I guess, it's going to have to come out of my emergency fund up front, and then I can just backload it in the second half of December. But, you know, like I said, you gotta roll with the punches, and when it rains, it pours. So I am just dealing with a couple things all at once, and that's okay. And I will figure it out, and it's only gonna put my debt snowball back a month or two. So yeah, that's it for the video for my November reconciliation as well as my December update. I hope you guys enjoyed these types of videos. I really enjoy doing these ones on the computer. It kind of mixes things up for me and makes it a lot more enjoyable for me to share with you guys. So you guys have a great rest of your week. Go ahead, like and subscribe to this video if you're new. I always forget to say this at the beginning of the video, but subscribe to this video if you're new. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning, and I love you. You guys are awesome. You're keeping me floating around here. And I will be posting lots of videos in the next couple days. I've got my cash stuffing for the new month, and I've got my debt repayment update for November, which is gonna be a fun one. It's a lot of math and it made my brain hurt, but I got it figured out. And yeah, so you guys, I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much. Bye.